What's up guys, it's your boy PSGINT here, back with another video, and today I will be talking about the stat leaders at Paris Saint-Germain so far this season. So we are in the end of February, soon March, the 1st of March actually, so it has been a long season so far, but a lot more important coming up, wrapping up the Liga and title as soon as possible, and advancing as much as possible in the Champions League. So I will go through the stat leaders and Paris Saint-Germain and talk a little bit about why they are the stat leader or something. So the first stat leader is Kylian Mbappe, most matches played 34. He doesn't get any rest pretty much, but that's due to his mentality. Remember one game he was coming off a slight injury, but he insisted to play, and that shows just his motivation, his hunger to score and assist and just have a great performance every time. He doesn't want to miss games, but we also need sometimes to rest him. The problem is we don't have anyone near his caliber, and the only other player is Icardi, who has been shit for Paris Saint-Germain this season. So it's very understandable why he has played most games. Next up, minutes played, yeah, again, of course, it's Kylian Mbappe. Played the most games and the most minutes. So it shows that even if he plays the most games, he doesn't get subbed off that many times either. And when he does, he isn't happy about it. And I mean, I'm happy about that as long as he doesn't get injured or fatigued. Next stat is goals scored, and yet again it's Kylian Mbappe. He has saved us so many times this season with his goals, both in the Champions League, the Coupe de France, and the Ligue 1. He's the, I think, top scorer in the Champions League for Paris Saint-Germain alongside Messi, and top goal scorer in Ligue 1 alongside Ben Yedder, and probably the top scorer in Coupe de France, scoring 5 goals in the first 2 games. But yeah, his goals, and he's maybe probably the only goal outlet we really have that we can rely on. Messi's finishing hasn't been that good this season. Same with Neymar, but Neymar has also been injured a lot. So we will want them to score more and Mbappe to keep on his goal scoring form. We also have some players who have scored some goals, like Danilo Pereira, Jorginho Wijnaldum, Andre Herrera in the beginning of the season, Idrissa Gueye, Achraf Hakimi, but still, we want more players and we want more from our attackers alongside Kylian Mbappe. Next up, we have assists made. Yeah, again, Kylian Mbappe. Messi slightly behind with, I believe, 10 or 11 assists. But yeah, again, it just shows how complete Kylian Mbappe has been this season, scoring a lot of goals and making a lot of assists in every competition. The last game against Saint-Etienne, scoring 2 goals and making 1 beautiful assist, completing off that man of the match performance. And it shows that Kylian Mbappe is really complete as an attacker. He can dribble, he can sprint, he can pass, he can assist, he can score. What a complete player. Next stat we have is yellow cards, and that goes to the man himself, Marco Verratti. There's not a single game where he doesn't go and talk to the ref. Maybe half of his yellow cards aren't from tackles, they are from just going to the ref and saying dumb stuff. And that's Marco Verratti for you. Right now, he has a yellow card suspension. That's why he didn't play against Saint-Etienne, and will probably not play the game against Nice and maybe more Ligue 1 games due to his comments to the referee in the Nantes game. So yeah, of course Marco Verratti is gonna hold this title. Next up, we have red cards. Sergio Ramos, Keylor Navas, and Achraf Hakimi, all with 1. Achraf Hakimi got 1 against Marseille, and I would say that was very needed, that red card, because if not, maybe Cengiz Ünder would have scored and Marseille would have won against Paris Saint-Germain, the first time in their home arena since, I believe, 2011, 2012. Keylor Navas got a yellow card for a very stupid decision when he just kicked the player instead of the ball, and Ramos got a second yellow card, I believe. So Hakimi's red card, very understandable. The other 2, not so much. Next up, passes made, and that's Marquinhos with 1,942 passes made. Every ball goes through him, either to the right side, to the left side, or he can also make long balls, which is the leader at Paris Saint-Germain with 339 long balls against Saint-Germain, we saw how many of his, yes, a lot of them were off to Kylian Mbappe, who was offside, but we can see the danger of the long passes against teams who have set up high, like the Manchester City, the Bayerns, the Liverpool, and so on. So Marquinhos' long passing will be very, very effective against those kind of teams. Next up, progressive passes, and we have our first Messi insertion in this video with 201 progressive passes. Remember, guys, that Messi has missed around 11-12 games for Paris Saint-Germain this season, and that just shows how important he has been when it's about assist and playmaking. 201 progressive passes. Let's go, Messi. Yeah, again, Messi, shot creating actions, 58. Very important player, and yeah, a lot of our goals come from Messi, either if it's a pass or he passes it to someone, then it goes to the goal scorer. But Messi, very important in the playmaking, and yeah, again, key passes, he has 58 of them. Very important player, and so glad to have Lionel Messi starting to understand the other teammates around him, how they work, especially Kylian Mbappe, working on that chemistry and just trying to come back to the chemistry he had with Neymar. Because they have chemistry, it's just a bit ruggish, a bit sluggish. So they just need to get it back. Next up, tackles, and that's Achraf Hakimi. Achraf Hakimi, with him having a lot of pace, he can easily sprint back, make a tackle, even though a player is far, far ahead of him. And that's a very important thing. And one important thing I saw against Real Madrid was how we stopped counterattacks so easily, with Danilo Pereira being a very tall guy, good at heading, alongside Marquinhos and Kimpembe, who are also amazing at heading, and Achraf Hakimi and Nuno with their pace. So they can just cut inside, get the ball back quickly. And that's very important to stop counterattacks, which is one of Paris Saint-Germain's biggest weaknesses, if not the biggest. Next up, pressures, and that's Idrissa Gueye. He missed 1 month of Paris Saint-Germain game, but still has the most pressures, and that shows two things. It shows how good of a pressurer Idrissa Gueye is, and it also shows the lack of pressure in that Paris Saint-Germain midfield. Verratti has missed a lot of games, that's probably why he isn't first or at least second, but it shows that our midfield doesn't press that much and we need more of it, so we hope for an improvement. Next up, back to Marquinhos, and it's blocks. 48 blocks, very important. Donnarumma doesn't face that many shots every game, especially long shots. Most of them are coming from individual mistakes from maybe Wijnaldum or Danilo or something. Kerrer when he was playing at right back. But when it's just a shot, normal shot, Marquinhos is usually there to block it. And the other teammate to him, interceptions from Presnel Kimpembe. I mean, so far in 2022, he has been amazing, superior player to the player he was in 2021, and I'm all for that, and I respect Kimpembe. And I knew this because I usually said that Kimpembe, this was his last season. If he didn't perform now, Paris Saint-Germain were going to buy a centre-back who would start ahead of him. Not Ramos, a new younger one in the summer. But Kimpembe has taken that role, and he has wanted this place, playing very good every game, especially against Saint-Etienne, and these stats show it, so I'm happy for Kimpembe. Next up, we have clearances, and yet again, Marquinhos, 95, and this defensive duo is showing how great it is. Marquinhos getting 95 clearances per game, which is very amazing, and it shows that hardly ever any ball comes close to the Paris Saint-Germain goal anymore. Next up, most dribbles. Yeah, again, Kylian Mbappe, 94 dribbles completed for Paris Saint-Germain this season in all competitions. But I mean, he should have been getting much more, but some of them are just sprints. But that's one of his most OP things, or if not the most OP, it's his pace. He can just sprint through 3 players easily, and he uses it very well, especially this season. Dribble success, Donnarumma, for example, has 100%, but he has made like 1 dribble, whilst Marco Verratti is the player that has made a lot of dribbles and completed the most of them. 81% succession rate in that midfield. It shows how good he is with dribbling when a lot of midfielders who are great at pressing are pressing him, and he just can go fly past them. He has even a higher succession rate than Lionel Messi this season. Most substitute appearances for Paris Saint-Germain this season has been Mauro Icardi 14 and Julian Draxler following up, showing that Mauro Icardi it will never start and isn't a starter for Paris Saint-Germain, but he's there if we need him. Next up, most fouled player for Paris Saint-Germain is, yet again, Kylian Mbappe. That's probably the only way to stop Kylian Mbappe this season, because he's unstoppable this season. Fouled 60 times this season in all competitions. Most offsides, yet again, Kylian Mbappe, and that's maybe sometimes due to his head. He doesn't know the offside thing that much, and it will get better with experience, but it has also to do with his pace. He's such a fast player that sometimes, yeah, he gets offside. That's just how fast he is. But I mean, I don't look at this as a negative stat. I just look at it as a realistic stat. And lastly, we have Ariel's one. Yeah, again, it's 42 and shared by Marquinhos and Presnel Kimpembe, showing their super nationality in the air. And that was a problem before at Paris Saint-Germain, especially when one of them were missing, or Carrere played, or Diallo. They conceded a lot of heading goals, but it isn't like that anymore. So I think we have gone through all the stats and we have come to a conclusion that Paris Saint-Germain have a lot of players, but the best ones have we seen here, and that's Marquinhos, Kimpembe, Messi, Mbappe, and Verratti, showing that Marquinhos, Kimpembe are the best defenders. In the midfield, it's Marco Verratti completing everything, and in the attack, it's Kylian Mbappe and the Messi show. But if you love this video, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the PSGINT YouTube channel, put on notifications so you never miss a new video on this channel, and as always, make sure to have a nice day, and allez Paris!